Hello and welcome to Bow Beats, and today we're going to talk about some changes that we want from Novation. So recently I posted a thread on the Circuit Owners Forum where I asked you guys for feedback on what you'd like from our upcoming 1.5 patch for the circuit, and you guys left some amazing answers. I think we had over 100 or 115 comments. I've done my best in trying to summarize your suggestions. So in this video I will talk about the top suggestions that you guys have come up with. But first we need to have the sip of the coffee. I just want to start off by saying that Novation has added a lot of value to the circuit already, and I think most of us are really happy on where it's at currently. I mean, looking at it from a point where you spent like 300 euros on it from a start and then got all these added features along the road. I mean, to me it's quite unheard of from a company, and we have to keep in mind it's a $300 product. It's not a $1,500 Moog synthesizer or Electron. I mean, what they've done with it, amazing, super great customer service, really. So granted that they already added a lot with no additional cost to us, the users, it's hard when you keep asking for more, but I still think it's important that we convey as a community what we want, and I think Novation really listens. I mean, look at the changes they've done. They are in line with what people have been asking for. And if you can see, I got breadcrumbs on me. It's sort of the hallmark of a father. The number one suggestion, coming in around 32 likes, is dimming the lights of the unit. Now, this has been something that's been requested a long time because the lights are quite harsh. So some way to dim them would be great. So that's the number one request. The second request is for a standalone librarian. So the components functionality that is available online should be available in a standalone application. That's pretty much it. And you know, I don't think that should be too hard to do, right, Novation? Oh, I forgot. The standalone librarian, 27 likes. So, number 3 most wanted feature change is the ability to launch nuclear weapons. No, that's wrong. Number 3 is actually a new precedent. No, that's also wrong. That was my wishful thinking. Then we have number 3, which is a count-in. You know, when you hit, it could be like hitting record and play at the same time, and then it starts a tick, 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 a count-in. And the count-in got 26 likes. Then we have number 4, which is a metronome with 19 likes. So basically having some way of enabling a metronome. You could, for example, be using tempo and play together in order to launch a metronome. I think this is probably one of the biggest requests, even though I think it's number 5 on my list. The ability for session chaining. I mean, this is something that's brought up time and time again. If you press session, you could, for example, have it so that if you press the first session, the second one, and the third one, they'll play. And if you could do this in a sort of, non-sequential order as well, that would be super cool. Now, if it's possible to do technically, I don't know, but I know a lot of people really want the ability to chain session so you can create sort of a song. Now, that would be super cool. Another big feature request is the ability to see when patterns are empty. So basically patterns are always lit up. And if we could have it so that a pattern which is empty is unlit, that would be great. And it got 18 likes. Here is something that might be harder to implement, but I thought I'd say it anyway. At 18 likes, people wanted chromatic playback of samples. Some way to play a sample just as you play sort of the synths. Now, I'm not sure if that's even possible given that we probably already pushed the limits of this device, but still, I think it's a great idea. Then we have a couple of fast ones that you just shoot away. a solo mode. Instead of just mute modes, we could have a solo button that solos a channel. Another feature request is to be able to change the colors of synth 1, synth 2 and drum channels. So at the moment they are, you know, sort of pinkish, greenish, orange and yellow greenish. And another feature request is that we'd like to be able to change the MIDI channels. At the moment they are channel 1, 2 and I think 10. So I think that should be pretty simple to change. Now here comes another one. Here comes a big one. Synth flip. And I'm not sure this is even remotely possible technically. But it would be so cool, you know, having on a pattern, having different synth sounds on each step, just like drum sounds. This is doable on the more expensive Electron stuff, for example. But still, I'm you know, this is sort of what I consider wishful thinking. But anyway, it's a big feature request. People want it. Then we also have people wanting a gate shorter than 1 step. So that's one thing. And also people wanting a gate longer than 16 steps. Some way to make a note longer. And this ties into another request, which is basically a way of, for example, turning off quantization so that what you play is actually what is played back. That way you could have notes passing through patterns, for example. So that's something people want. More freedom when it comes to patterns. People would also like to set pattern speeds. So basically having a pattern running at half the speed or double the speed, for example. And I'm not too technical on this, but I think you get the idea. And here's another very creative idea that people want. It's the ability to turn off the follow mode. What does this mean? Well, it means that when you press play, you know, it follows the patterns. And if you select a pattern and start to edit it, you know, it jumps to the pattern and plays the pattern while you edit it. So if you turn off follow mode, you can edit a pattern, but it's not playing. And this is of course a huge advantage for live playing. So the last feature request I will bring up in this video is the ability for non-sequential pattern chaining. So basically having a way so that you could press, for example, here in pattern view, pattern 1, pattern 8, pattern 6, and it will play 1, 8, 6 instead of, you know, going through the motions, just going through everything. And I think that would be a pretty cool idea to have this non-sequential thing. So let me just state that I think most of us are super happy with Novation and their product and the customer service that they have provided. And these are just, you know, the ideas that come from the community. I'm not saying that this is sort of representative of everybody, but it gives you a kind of fair idea of what's up there, what's the top things people want. And I also think that, you know, we should continue pushing great ideas, because I know the guys over at Novation, they will recognize great ideas, and if it's possible to implement them, they will. So I think we should keep the ideas coming, but we should also be thankful and happy for the things they've added, because this kind of support we're getting is quite unheard of. So from my thread, I think I had like 54 unique ideas. Now I did take it upon myself to remove some of them because some ideas were too crazy. Missile launching, perhaps not the best idea, but but you know. So what I will do is I will send this Excel sheet with this sort of ranking that I got from the thread, and I will send it to Novation, you know, just to let them know that we are also keeping tabs on the ideas that are flowing, and that these are the kind of ideas that most people want right now. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you do, slap a like on it, consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video. So thank you.